The form of meditation we are doing today was first taught thousands of years ago by the Buddha. It is called Anapanasati or breath meditation. Ana means in breath, Apana means out breath, and Sati means to be with. So today, we'll stay present with the in breath and the out breath. Let's breathe gently, evenly, and steadily. In and out through the nose. No force, just easy, normal breathing. Inhale, exhale. We are not with our thoughts, we are only with our breath. Remember, we cannot be with both at the same time. Just staying with our breath. Our intention today is to remain aware of the breath. For each time we remain for the full length of the meditation, and each time we successfully remember to come back to the breath, we establish a new pathway in the mind. And when we see ourselves being successful, even if for a brief moment, a single return to breath awareness, we further ingrain this new pathway. And the body and mind learn, it can focus, be still, and stay present. your breath. Inhale and exhale. So when thoughts arise, and they will, we turn from chasing these thoughts and we return to our breath instead. And we do this again and again and again, as many times as we need to. No focus, no concentration, no chanting. Simply observing your breath. By remaining with breath, away from the thoughts, we enter a new state of mind. The mind becomes empty of thoughts and tunes into the immense cosmic energy. This is the source of all energy. This energy is the medicine which will heal your body and mind. By remaining with breath, we learn to move past the conscious, analytical mind into the subconscious mind, where the heart feels at home, grateful, and free. With each breath, you relax even more. Shift your awareness from the world around you to the world inside you. Let the awareness of your breath help guide the mind inward to the infinite energy within. In this one moment, nothing else exists but your breath. Remain present with your breath. Easy, natural, relaxed, quiet breath. Each time you find your thoughts have once again taken you away from the breath, gently come back, move inward again. No force. Let the breath guide you in. Follow your breath. As you inhale, it takes you to this inner space of energy. And with every breath out, that infinite space inside connects with the world around you again. With each breath, you completely let go and relax. There is nothing to do right now, nowhere to be, other than right here, right now. Observing the breath. Move from cognition and analysis towards intuition, a more open awareness. Still aware of your breath. Notice how your breath feels as it moves in and out through your nose. How does breath feel as it moves down through your throat, into your lungs, and deep into your belly? Your mind might settle on a particular detail or an overall general awareness of breath. Let it expand. For example, notice the overall movement of breath through the body, the rise and fall of the shoulders, the chest, belly. Stay present with the sensation of breath, allowing the breath itself to be your anchor to this present moment. And if you notice the mind has wandered, simply return to the breath. Natural, easy, steady breath. Completely drop your identity, your personality, self, your ego. Whether you're male or female, whatever title you hold, just simply dropping and connect instead to the magic of breath, becoming pure consciousness. Become the energy of the breath itself. Observe what the breath has to teach you. No longer self-conscious about where you are, what you're doing. Letting go of all expectations. Let go of doing and let yourself simply be in this moment. Withdraw your attention from people, places, time, and events. Just remain present with in-breath and out-breath. Let yourself relax back into this generous, abundant, infinite present moment. Each time you find yourself returning to the known, predictable people, places, and things around you, including the self, let yourself drop back to the unknown. Let yourself drop back into the infinite energy within. By becoming one again with each breath in and each breath out. The breath will guide you inward, away from the world around you, and into a new world within. You are not your job title, your identity, your thoughts, or your emotions. You are this infinite energy within, with infinite possibilities. You are the depth and infinite spacious within. So let yourself go deeper towards this inner wisdom. And let your breath guide you in. Let not a single breath go by without noticing it, without observing. It's time to become nobody. Becoming one with the energy of your breath. Let go of the narrator, the part of your mind saying, now I'm breathing in, now I'm breathing out. Be the breath itself, not the entity observing it. Become awareness itself. Become the infinite field of potential. Invest all your energy in the unknown. Linger here, exploring the breath. Remaining free of expectations, free from judgment. Allow yourself to surrender into the depths of the unknown. Fully immersed in the experience of breath. Drop into this experience here in the present moment. The experience of breathing in and breathing out. When you allow yourself to become nothing, to become one with this infinite moment, you open up to infinite potential. You become everything. And then, wherever the mind is now, I invite you to come back to this present moment awareness with your next breath. Last 1 minute. Last 30 seconds. With your next breath, I invite you to slowly bring your hands together and place them on your eyes for 5 seconds. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. And slowly remove your hands and gently open your eyes. And bring your awareness back to the space around you, back to your body. Namaste. Thank you for this meditation and welcome to the new you. Welcome back, Masters. Thank you for this wonderful meditation. We are in Reinvent Yourself 21-day bootcamp. This is the last week. And what a wonderful week. We began strong, understanding about the chakras, understanding about the boundaries. Everything is connected, everything is related, every topic. First of all, I want to express my gratitude to each and every one of you for your presence here and for making this happen. Because this group, right here, right now, is creating waves in consciousness in this world. Each one of you is here by design. There is a purpose. Nothing is wasted. Before I jump into the topic, I want to mention that nothing is wasted. No effort is wasted. No money is wasted. No energy is wasted. No thought is wasted when you are a conscious creator. Everything comes around. Everything. No investment goes wasted. Everything adds up. Whether you are invested in free or paid, it really doesn't matter. Again, as we talked in the abundance class, money doesn't matter. It is your intention, your intention that matters. If you intend to get involved, it matters. So no act of kindness goes wasted. No affirmation goes wasted. No visualization goes wasted. No sankalp, no intention goes wasted. Everything comes around. And if you are here today, you are here because you have done this in many lifetimes. You have been a meditator in many lifetimes. And you're not here. Otherwise, you would not be here. So I'm glad to be connected with gods here on this platform, creating that higher consciousness, making space for the 5-dimensional energies to come through this earth. And again, tomorrow is new moon. We will meditate tomorrow and set those intentions strong tomorrow with Radhika here. And hello, Tejal. Welcome. And lovely guys here. I see Arunji with his pyramid cap. I am so amazed and in awe of him. His time is 12:30 p.m. right now, and he's here. Wow. And of course, Zubia from Dallas. What an amazing commitment. The whole PSSM bows down for your commitment. Wonderful. So let's begin our topic today. Yesterday we talked about chakras. I know it might have sparked a lot of curiosity, intrigue in knowing more. There's a lot of information out there. And today we'll talk about energy tools, because when we talk about energy tools, there's a lot of questions in PSSM and outside PSSM. So I want to address all those questions. And if you have any questions, we'll take them today. Okay. The quote. We'll begin with the quote. The cause of disease in the body is ever the mind dissipating its energy. I'll read it again. Welcome, Nandini. I was looking for you. I'm glad you're here. Okay. The cause of disease in the body is ever the mind dissipating its energy. A haphazard mind, a jungle-like mind, a low-energy mind is the actual source of all disease, by Brahmashri Pitamaha Patri ji. Every disease that we manifest, we talked about this yesterday, the subtle energy bodies. Every disease that we manifest in whatever level, mental, emotional, spiritual, or physical, it is because of our jungle-like, distracting mind, jungle-like mind, our thinking patterns. Remember the 4 thinking patterns: disastrous, negative, positive, and miraculous. The more disastrous we keep thinking, the more haphazard, the more scattered the thoughts become. And so we manifest distortions in our life. Distortions manifest as diseases. Every disease is manifested, and the root goes back to its source in the energy blueprint, the program that we installed. So just by taking medicine does not solve the problem, because you haven't gone to the root. And there are technologies that have that have managed to access to the root, however complex the subtle energy systems are. And probably we'll see that today. If you want to find again the same quote that I want to highlight again and again, is if you want to find the secrets of the universe, think in terms of energy, frequency, and vibration by Nikola Tesla. An amazing guy. He was on Earth again as Patrick Flanagan, teaching us that science and spirituality are the same. Teaching us to be spiritual scientists, teaching us to experiment and not to believe everything we are told. Teaching us to activate our pineal glands so we'd find the truth ourselves. We have many ancient technologies. I say technology because it is science. It is based on science. Before the Western medicine came into play. Again, as I said, Western medicine was developed by studying dead bodies. That's how it began, by studying the anatomy of the dead body, where there is no prana, where there's no consciousness. So all the Western medicine does not consider prana as a component, as a factor. They replace it today by saying as stress. Every person is different. Based on their stress level, it impacts. Well, they got to there, and hopefully in future they catch up to the science. If you have a chronic problem, chronic headache, chronic back pain, there is no solution in the Western medicine. You have to go back to the alternative medicine. And what are the alternative medicines that we talk about? Chinese medicine, very, very ancient. It's been there for around thousands of years. Acupuncture, Ayurveda, plant medicine. Plant medicine is totally big. The psychedelics that we talk about, which alter our states of consciousness, which probably we will explore in Mexico in 2 weeks, where we are having energy work there done by a shaman. Tai Chi, yoga, all of the yoga is again part of Ayurveda, the different types of Ayurveda, pranayama, yoga, dhyana, all of these are part of that. So ancient technologies have been around in every civilization, everywhere. In Africa, you know what? Next time we need to include some African ancient medicines. So when we do our classes in Kenya, in Africa, we need to bring that together here. And Arisi, if you're here, you need to help us out. Do some research. What are the ancient technologies in Africa that have been there for thousands of years, that we can get to know them and educate them, everyone. Let's first talk about the different energy tools. Okay, there are many, many different energy tools. And then I'll talk about the vibrational layering. So maybe first I'll begin with vibrational layering. How about that? So vibrational layering is, we talked about every organ. Yesterday, we talked about every organ has its own frequency, like a heart has its own frequency, which is termed as 528 hertz. And, you know, in the flowers, okay, let me go there first. In the flowers, what is that? Now, this is a quiz question. Which flower has the highest frequency? Quiz question. Put that in the chat and you'll get a special gift from me if you answer correctly. Which flower has the highest frequency? Lotus, jasmine, lavender. Radhika, you can answer. You're not eligible to answer. You're not qualified here. And Nandini, you also don't answer, because you guys know orchid, Well, I would say Jitin Das will win this round because it is rose. Prachi, rose. Yes, rose is the highest frequency. When you read the book DNA of the Spirit, wrote by Ray Chandran, he does channeling work. He does light language and lot of channeling. Amazing guy. He's a very dear friend. In his book, he wrote, like, if you are in depressed mode, if you are low in energy, especially your second chakra, what do is you take a bowl of water, put some rose petals in it, and put your feet in it. Your vibration will rise. It is so powerful. And that's why rose water that is used for the face, rose for love, it has such strong passion, such strong energy. But again, be mindful when you're taking the petals. Always say thank you to the flowers. Be very conscious. Don't just use them just because you like them. Use them with a purpose and say, be grateful for them. So flower essences have frequencies. Every flower has a frequency. Chamomile has a frequency of third chakra, the power center, the confidence, the self-esteem, the sun energy. Sunflowers actually carry the energy of the sun. So if you want to install, so when you're working on these chakras, balancing, you can bring in elements that are in resonance with that energy, with that frequency. This is called vibrational layering. You start aligning them and you create vibrational layering, which is powerful. I'm so totally subscribed to this idea, because this is what I do with my clients every single day, is bring that vibrational layering together. So flower essences. The other thing, the next one is chroma therapy, which is color therapy, which is basically bringing color frequency. Every color has a frequency. It is a scientific evidence to it. Of course, we know that, the visible light. But did you know that there is a spectrum of light, but only a part of the light is visible to us through our physical eyes? There is a whole spectrum that is not visible. But that doesn't mean light does not exist, just as sound exists, even though we can't hear. There is light that exists. We just can't see with our visible eyes. Infrared rays or ultraviolet rays, radio waves, so much of stuff has happening, which you just can't see. But that doesn't mean it doesn't exist. And this is the lesson that we have to learn, is first to be open-minded. Everything you imagine exists. Maybe not in the, even right now, in the space, I'm in the 3D level right now, as you all know. But there can be a whole other construct right here where I'm sitting at a 6th dimension level, at a 7th dimension level, at a 5th dimension level, which I cannot see, but it might be happening right here. So we are multi-dimensional beings, guys. Everything exists around us. When we tune into that frequency, how do you tune in? It is like radio. Radio. When you tune into 99.1, you tune into certain NPR. You're listening to the news. You change the frequency to 102.1. In the same second, you can hear something else is happening. That is the tuning that I'm talking about. When you tune your frequency to that of higher, you will start resonating to a different level of information, different level of health, different level of consciousness, interactions, experiences. So the healing is all about that. What do you want to create is about changing that frequency, tuning into that. You want to be an enlightened one? Be around enlightened people. You want to be a golfer? Go join a golf club. Don't sit in a tennis club and think about dreaming about golf. You have to change your friends. You want to quit smoking? Change your friends. Get friends who are not smokers. That is the secret. Marisol here has changed her friends. She is my dear friend now. She hangs out with me because she decided that she is going to transform whole of South America. She decided that. So what does she do? She hangs out with Buddhas, with you all. You are Buddhas. She's spending her time here because she is a Buddha. She is an enlightened master walking on earth. Does she not have problems? She has problems every single day, struggles every single day. Waking up is a challenge to her reality. Isn't that right, Marisol? But yet she stands strong. Let's give a big clap to Marisol here today for standing strong and finding that purpose and living that purpose, no matter what. No matter what. Every spiritual person has had problems. Whether you take Buddha, Mahavir Bhagwan, Jesus Christ, of course, we all know his stories. He was freaking nailed. He was in pain, physical pain. Yet, he lived by his belief. So it is not going to be an easy route. Let me tell you that. Following your passion is not an easy route, but yet you will do it because it is totally worth it. Every moment we live for those moments that are just moments of enlightenment, of that bliss, joyful. So this, again, all these therapies, all these vibrations that we are introducing is a part of that. Chroma therapy. Put elements in your home that align with the vibrations. All these advertising people, they understand this, you know. They use this in their advertising. Yellow, bright, cheerful, summery. It makes your vibrations being happy. So blue, calming, communicative. So they use these colors very thoughtfully, very consciously, because they know this information, how it affects our brain, how it affects our energy, our frequency. Chroma therapy. If you see my website, paripatri.com, go ahead and see that. And see the colors that I've chosen consciously. Gold, blue, and green. Very consciously. Because gold, I want abundance. Green, growth. Blue, clear communication, authenticity. Very consciously chosen those colors. So, chroma therapy is very, very, it's a science in itself to understand. Of course, when you layer it, that's when it becomes very effective. You know, like going to a fitness class. This is like a fitness class. You work on a specific muscle in different ways to tone it. And that's exactly what we are talking about here. Herbs, different herbs. Unfortunately, in American, and probably who are Americans here, including me, who are not from a different ethnicity, might argue like America has a lot of spices, but yet all they have is pepper and salt. But there are so many spices that bring in the different elements of consciousness that activate. And one thing I've learned is, one thing I know is like when we, like, for example, what do I say? Like mango. Okay, mango. In India, we grow mangoes. Anybody loves mangoes? Now the mango season is coming up. Who loves mangoes here? Raise hand. Nandini loves mangoes. Oh my goodness. Marisol loves mangoes. Who else loves mangoes? Shweta, Sridhar. Guys, Shweta, you are from Andhra, correct? Or Sindhuja, you're from Andhra or you're from Tamil Nadu? Andhra, Karnataka. Andhra? Okay. In Andhra, there are different kinds of mangoes. But you know that Banganpalli mango? Is that right? Which is rasa mango, which has a lot of juice that you eat it like a juice. I'm crazy for Jyoti says I'm crazy. But Jyoti, unfortunately, you haven't eaten Andhra mangoes. So whoever has not eaten Andhra mangoes, your life is such a waste. Because you have to eat Andhra mangoes to get the real taste. You have to be born again to go back to Andhra and eat Andhra mangoes. Tejal is saying something. Tejal, if you say Bombay mangoes, no, sorry, not even close. Not even close. You have to go to Andhra. You have to come to Hyderabad to eat mangoes. So anyways, so the mango in here, if I'm in US, they export it from India, and I don't know from where, of course. So we all crave for that mango, which is from India, and also mangoes come here from Mexico because of the weather. Florida and Mexico, mangoes are, they're cheaper than the mangoes that come from India. The way the mangoes grows, you will not get the taste that is from Mexico, which you get the taste from India, the mangoes from India. Why? Because of the energy that they carry, the indigenous land energy, the way the sun focuses on them, the land energy, the everything around, the water, it is all carries, that fruit carries that indigenous information, that information. So the herbs coming from that indigenous areas is much richer than, of course, it has a different frequency. That doesn't mean the mangoes from Mexico are not good. You just have to tune into that frequency, and then you will start enjoying the information that carries by that mango. Everything carries information, whether it is a fruit, food, rock, everything carries information. It has blueprint. So when you actually try different food, when you are open to different food, you start attuning to different frequencies. The same thing, when you start speaking different, every language has a frequency. Telugu has a frequency, Hindi has a frequency, Gujarati has a frequency, English has a frequency. And Mr. Arisi here, Kenya, Swahili, we are doing a course in Swahili, by the way, has a frequency. Every country has a frequency, land has frequency. So that's why when you come to go to different areas, you feel different, because that land has different codes imprinted in that. So when we do this, when we start learning different languages, we start expanding our consciousness. It's always a good idea to learn different language. Learn. It's never too late. We have Marisol here. You want to learn Spanish? Ping her. Ask her. Teach me Spanish. Learn different language. At any point of your life, you will start expanding your consciousness. Listen to different music. This is the most effective way. Don't just listen to the same old songs that you have listening. Listen to new things. Expand your consciousness. Read books. Read more books. Same concept. The next one is sound therapy. Sound. Sound, we talked about the music and meditation. Sound has amazing healing properties. By listening to sound, it is a therapy in itself. It starts healing your DNA, your body. So what kind of music are you listening to? What kind of notes are you being exposed to? When you're depressed, when you are angry, just get a Tibetan bowl or a sound bowl and just you play it. Practice it. You can play it. Within 2 minutes, your frequency will shift. You will be in a much calmer state of mind. Try it and experiment and see. You have to play it. When you play it, you are more conscious about it. It's a whole different experience than just listening. Everybody can be musicians. Everyone. You just have to find the right tool for you. That's it. A drum or a bowl. You can play that in your meditation sessions. Try it. Don't be afraid to try it. Again, you have to get over the belief that I am not a musician. My notes are very bad. Get over it. I know what you're thinking, because I think like that too. But I managed to overcome my fear of the sound bowl, and then I do it at meditation sessions. You can do it too. It's you just have to tune in. It doesn't matter. Even, guys, we are doing a teacher training session in May. This is where we teach. When you do a leading a meditation also, it is not about having a smooth voice, a soothing voice, a relaxing voice. Go into meditation. It is about you being authentic, you being grounded. And when you speak, people will connect. They don't care about your accent. They don't care about your pronunciation. They care about the energy that you are projecting out. That is that is what is required to lead a session. We all have this fear, sorry, that I'm not good at English, I'm not good at speaking, I'm not good at this. When I started working here as a coach, I was like, I'm not an American, I don't have that accent, I don't have this, who will listen to me? So many fears. But nobody cares about all of that. People care about what value are you going to add. Nobody cares about what you eat, what you talk like, what you look like. But we obsess. I have to look like this. Oh my God, I have to dress up. I have to look professional. I have to wear some expensive branded clothes. But nobody gives anything about it. All they care about is how much value are you adding. Same thing with job interview. If you want to get a career, again, there's a whole lot of coaching around it. How to be an influencer and land the job that you desire. We'll talk about that masterclass another time. So you're saying I'm learning acoustic piano at home. Amazing. We wanna attend that virtual conference of you playing and we listening. So the next one is, of course, biofeedback. We'll come back to it. We'll talk about crystals. I want to actually ask Radhika to start leading from here, from the crystals part. I'll finish the biofeedback and go ahead with this. Radhika, I know I'm putting you on spot. I'll finish the biofeedback. So biofeedback is the science of working with different frequencies. Okay, so biofeedback, it's about working with the prana, with the cosmic codes. So this is something that I got trained in 2012. Until then, I didn't even know what biofeedback was. And I was trained at a point where I didn't even understand energy. But this guy, Don Paris from Don Paris, he is our dear friend, Don Paris and Ilona Silke of PSSM. So I went to his home and he said, okay, this is SFI. And I'm like, okay, very good. Thank you for showing me. And it's like, I'm going to teach you. I'm like, okay, I didn't ask for to be taught, but if you're teaching me, okay, I will learn. And so I sat down and I was learning from him. He was showing me everything and all of that. At that point, I was not even like believing in the energy concept or consciousness. I didn't even understand at that point because I was so blocked in my head. I was not open-minded at all. But again, I was taught. I didn't know why. I was taught. And he gave me a whole equipment with me to take for free. And he said, you will work on this. I said, okay, you gave me this. I'm taking this home and I'm going to work on this. And it stayed with me. And that slowly started triggering change in me. So sometimes we don't understand why things come to us, but always there's a purpose to it. And now I understand. Sometimes at that moment, we don't understand. We are like, what is happening? Why is this with me? We don't even realize how big an opportunity that was at that point. Like, so that I was actually given training and asking to take this. I didn't even realize that it was a big deal. But now I realize, oh my goodness, wow. I was like, that's pretty amazing. So sometimes it happens in our life that it goes into the flow. That means you're aligned with your purpose. When things start coming into your life without effort, without working, you means you're always in flow. Things come to you. Maybe not in the way that you have thought through, like, okay, it should show up in this way or a money way or whatever that you have thought through, but things are coming. That means you're in alignment. So it's very important to identify that, because not everything is our conscious physical mind. Things like, oh, it should show up as my bank balance or something, but it is not like that. It may be like a connection. It may be like the people that you meet. It may be the information that you gather. All of that will come together at some point. But when you are in the journey, it may be a different components, which as a conscious creator, when you identify, when you do not resist it, you will start moving ahead. So biofeedback is what? You analyze a certain frequency and find the distortions in that and start balancing it out. So for example, Nandini is there. Nandini comes to me and says, Pari, I have lot of issues with concentration. I just cannot do it. I just cannot work. And then I say, okay, let's work together. And I take her hair or a picture on a clean background and I put that into the system. And then and of course it depends on the practitioner. Every practitioner may have different results because it depends on how grounded the practitioner is, how much practice the practitioner is. I talked about this. That is why mainstream cannot get the same results, so they cannot certify it, because you get different results. So it all works on your consciousness and frequency. So I take her hair or picture and I start analyzing her data and I get certain numbers. Where is going, it can be chakras, acupuncture, meridians, different aspects. And also sometimes it may be she's talking about mental, but it may be a heart issue or a second chakra issue. So we identify where the root cause is and we start balancing it out by sending the right information. It is called IDF. We don't have time to discuss all of that right now, but I'll just give an introduction. Information data packets, IDPs, information data packets. So every whole, we are all designed to work as a whole system, not as a separate systems. But because of our thoughts and belief system, we separate from each other. And this is where jealousy, competitiveness, judgment, all of this arise, because we separate from the whole. When we separate from the whole, because I will not judge myself, of course we do right now, but that again comes from separating our body from who we are. It is also a concept of separation. We don't consider that that we are the source. So that separateness. So when we see everything as a whole, there is a frequency that is of wholeness, that is of health, that is of completeness. So we start submitting that frequency to that of the issue, and then it balances out. This is called biofeedback. There's a lot of technologies around it. And of course, I don't work on it right now. I do very rarely on it. And also this place, California, I found, based on that, I found which place has the highest energy for the work that I'm doing right now. And that's what, in last Reinvent also I shared this. That's what told me that this is the place that I should be at this point of time. And I made my husband find a job here, because this is where I should be to bring PSSM, to change the consciousness. So that is what is happening. So you can do in any way. Of course, it is, again, the foundation is meditation. You cannot do anything without meditation or grounding. And then I hand over the mic to Radhika to talk about the crystals.
Thank you, Pari, for this opportunity. So crystals, very interesting topic, very interesting beings. But before I get into the esoteric bit of it, I want to give a very scientific explanation of what crystal is or what crystals are. So crystal is a solid whose atoms are arranged in a highly ordered repeating pattern. Okay. And these patterns are called crystal systems. So if any mineral has its atom arranged in one of these crystal systems, then that mineral is a crystal. So this is a general scientific explanation of a crystal, like, what is the crystal science. But if you go into the deeper depth of what a crystal is, these are the most precious gift from Mother Earth, which holds the energies of the earth, wherein, they were placed, and this is something very interesting to know, these beings were placed on earth before the human race began to exist, for that matter. And it was done so that we could anchor our energies on earth to be able to walk here, to be able to operate on the systems that we operate today. and this is something very advanced I'm sharing with you guys, and it might just go zoop from here. But holding a crystal in itself, when you know what a crystal is, when you know how to use it, how to utilize it, is the most soothing experience to have with you. It's one of the most amazing tools to have at your disposal when you want to get or achieve something. For example, the most simple crystal is clear quartz, which is also called the master healer. That one crystal holds earth to to another extent. And in fact, our watches, our dials, whatever we use in our day, the watch, the clock, all of these, the radio for that matter, it works on quartz science. It has quartz crystals within. In fact, we are walking crystal. Our pineal gland, the pineal gland that we have within, is a liquid crystal. Our nervous system has so many crystalline systems. So imagine, this is something that who we are, and yet we do not know much about it. We actually rely on Google or other sources to understand what these beings are. For me, for Pari, we call it our friends. We call it something that we talk to, something that we program. So now, how to use a crystal? I'm just getting into the nitty gritties of it, but it's really, really important. Always, when you get a crystal, cleanse it, program it, retune it. Do not use it just as is. Do not get attracted. Do not just go buy crystal because somebody asked you to. Go with a mind of understanding what these beings are, what they are trying to tell you. If they are calling out to you, we do not have to have all the energy tools that we are discussing today. Not everything might not might resonate with you, but what does, try to connect it with that particular thing, with your mind and your heart. For crystals especially, it's a different kind of tuning. They have a very high vibrational frequency. They have a very, very a very stable frequency, which works on the one with the frequency of earth. And when you tune to it, the Lord comes in. For me, crystals have been a part of fascination since I was a child, and it was through Pari that I really got into this topic. And why I'm sharing this right now, because we're also, and I want to introduce this, Pari, if I have the opportunity to talk about that particular thing. That is, we are also coming up with crystal course. Pari and I do a crystal course together, wherein there's a lot of research that we've done on crystals. It's a 8 to 10 week course wherein we have so much information on crystals that you would not find on Google. It's the accumulated knowledge of crystal science, of crystal of crystal esotericism, of how to use crystal, creating sacred space, and so much more. This is something that we cannot complete in one class or in one workshop. This has a huge potential. No, but we would definitely want to take a class on crystals as well. And last but not the least, if you are interested in crystals, or you want to learn more about it, please ping me or Pari if you want to know more about this. This is something that I wanted to share today. And other than that, for me personally, I have seen a huge, huge shift in my life when I started using crystals. Now that I've been constantly using them, I know which one to pick when I'm not in a very right frame of mind. Like how Pari said, rose is the flower that can rise your vibration when you're down. Similarly, rose quartz is a crystal. If you're not feeling emotionally okay, you can hold it in your hand and feel that emotional level rising up. Obviously, there is a science to everything that we're talking here. So, uh, just to put it in short term, these are the friends that has been gifted to us by earth, and how we utilize it, how we give back to earth, is totally in our hands. And I give back to Pari. If I've missed out on any point, or if I couldn't share something, please go ahead and share.
Sacred geometry.
Thank you. Okay, so the next part is the sacred geometry. The whole universe.
Radhika, let Tejal talk about sacred geometry.
Yes.
Today is a round of sharing. We can't hear you.
What I have learned from you and Radhika, And this is amazing. I have learned from them the crystal course, and really it's so amazing. It's out of world, I can say. You do not find certain things in the it itself. You feel like, you have that alignment with the energy of the crystals while doing this course. So yes, what the sacred geometry is, it actually agreed, what you can say, or the geometry where again it's energy we are connecting. And when we are connecting, this is again an energy tool. And certain shapes, when Pari had shared about the pyramid. So pyramid is what? It's a sacred shape, and it's a geometrical, in ancient time, how they have done. And that is the same thing here also. They have the connection. So the vibrations, energy, when aligned with, and when you put, when Radhika have explained about the crystal, when you align these crystals also with this geometry, it gives a tremendous of the energy. So, again, it's a beautiful tool to use it. Though I am much into the crystal and not much on the geometry part of it, but whatever I have understood, this is what I have shared. So Pari, you can take over more in that, more in depth.
Wonderful. I can't wait to hear Tejal's and everybody's, Aruna here, classes, and of course Navneet classes on this subjects. And I'm waiting to be a participant in those classes. Yes, as Radhika mentioned, crystals are these amazing beings, of course. And again, there are a lot of tools, and they are tools. What is a tool? Let's talk about it. Tool is something that we use to reduce the effort and to do the same amount of work. That is a scientific explanation of a tool. Why do, in one of the questions that comes to me, Pari, why do we need these tools? Why can't we just meditate and then be done? Of course, meditation is the base. It's like, why do we need these ACs? Why can't I just open the window and get the wind in here? Why do I need a fridge? Why can't I just have a use different ways as ancient ways use? We have tools to reduce the effort and focus, channel our energy into what we do. In the same way, we have spiritual tools to enhance our consciousness, to work on it. Because imagine, guys, right now I'm sitting here, there's a Wi-Fi thing here, Google Wi-Fi fiber, and there's outside in the living room. This Wi-Fi router creates extreme radiation. It goes through your organs. It creates waves that goes through your organs and distorts the frequency of your base. And that's why we are all, there are so much that I can talk about. It takes a whole class: chemtrails, radio waves, ultraviolet waves, microwave waves. So much is happening around us, which is not part of a natural thing. It is created by man. So when they go through our bodies, it creates distortions. And that is why we experience different emotional issues and also health issues. So to balance it out, we have spiritual tools to balance it out. A lot of technology is out there. When you start understanding it, you'll start learning about it. So the bottom point here is, and of course, this point I want to talk about energy work, because so many people ask about if they do pranic healing, Reiki. There's a lot of stuff out there. One of the things that I have to mention is we don't heal anybody. We cannot heal anyone. We only heal ourselves. Nobody, even if I have a tag as a healer, I'm not healing you. You heal yourself. I can only allow the frequency, be a channel of that frequency. Whether you take it or not, it is depends on your decision, your free will, your higher purpose. So one of the things we do energy work classes also. If you're interested, let us know, because if we have enough number of people, we will do the course. You cannot do energy work without the permission of the others. If there is no permission, you don't do energy work. You cannot put up on your website and say I'm available to do energy work, because even if you go to my website, there is no price ranges. You have to apply to see if we are a right fit to work. So you cannot, it's not with money. You have to have the permission. First, how do you get the permission? You have to ask the higher self. And that is through meditation. So first step is meditation. If you don't have meditation, there is no energy work. That is the ground rule. That is the house rule, that you have to be a meditator, foundation. And most people do energy work, all of that, but they are not meditators. They are eating meat. What kind of energy work they are doing? I went to the energy school, but they eat meat. They are killing animals and eating meat and talking about energy healing. What kind of energy school is that? So that is why we have decided, that is, Radhika was mentioning about the crystal course. That is why we decided that we will create a course that gives the information that we want to practice. After attending all these courses, I have spent like $25,000 in all of these courses, and finally decided PSSM is the best. After going through all that, which my father was telling me since my childhood, I had to see that for myself and spend, because the grass is always greener. But the truth is that you are the power, you are the source. It is always about your vibration. If there is no compassion, there is no energy work. First thing is, the highest frequency is compassion and love. So that is what we include in this energy work. Aruna is saying yes. Arunji is saying yes. Aruna is saying yes. We will come up with an energy work course, giving basics about self-healing, to how to work with that. I think Aruna is absolutely ready. She is a total rock star in crystal therapy. Again, I would love to hear Aruna's class once on this platform. So yeah, so energy work is we all do energy work in every day by cooking. When we cook food, when we put salt through our hands, not with the spoon, through our hands, we transfer energy. Salt is a great conductor of energy. So when you're putting salt cooking, be happy, don't be angry. Be happy and put the salt, and be mindful, because that you're imparting your energy and feeding. That is the transfer of energy. Food is the way we transfer energy. That's why in every pyramid we do annadana, and annadana is always cooked by vegetarians, by meditators. When vegetarians cook, it has the highest energy, and you must always impart that energy to others. Let me check this. The bottom point is, guys, what we have learned from yesterday and the whole day says, being in the now moment is the most important. You are only, your light is expanding. You are a conscious creator when you are in the now moment, not in the past or the future. Grounding is essential for any practice, any work. Law of non-interference. We cannot interfere in anybody's karma. That is why we ask permission. If Nandini has to suffer something, and if it is her karmic cycle, I cannot interfere in that. There is no healing there. Because I trust she is God and she chose that for a reason. So it may seem like suffering on the outside, but it is her choice to go through that experience. And we have to respect that. That is called law of non-interference. No ego point. I am a healer. Oh my God, I am the best healer on this earth. No ego. You work from zero state. Zero state is the opening for the quantum thing. That is why in PSSM, the difference in PSSM is we are all approachable. We are not some great gurus or teachers. However following we have, however great Instagram posts that we have, or websites that we have, you call me, I am there for you. Not saying that, oh, I am, that is the biggest, there's no ego. It's all inclusive. There is no exclusivity here, no exclusiveness. Whether you're rich or poor, whether you are powerful or not, it is the same. There is no exclusivity. That is the biggest thing, no exclusivity. Everybody is a god. Everybody is a master. Whether you are from America or India or Somalia or wherever you're from, it doesn't really matter. You are a god. You are a master. That is how we project our energy. And then at the end, we come back to the root. Connect to your source. Always connect to your source, which is through Anapanasati meditation. No chanting, no visualization, no guiding. You and your breath. Your breath is your guru. Your breath is your teacher. There's no one else teaching you. You are a master. All the answers are within you. All the DNA codes are within you. It is just about activating them. And that happens through meditation. And that is why we are here connecting to all this. If you don't have this and you run after everything else, it doesn't matter. You're still unfulfilled because you haven't connected to that source energy. The moment you connect to the source, everything starts making sense. Whether you're an engineer or a doctor or a professional or a homemaker or anything, you don't have meditation, it is meaningless. You're always chasing, always chasing. The moment you get meditation, everything else makes sense to you in your life. It is the salt in your life. It is that prana in your life. So with that, I will close today's session of energy tools. Of course, there are many other energy tools that we can discuss, but we need more time. We can't do everything in 1 hour. And then Shweta says, yes, please start a session right after our boot camp. We will work on it, Shweta. And thank you for your presence again. Let's open up this space. If you have 5 minutes, any questions, any feedback, any suggestions. I would like Nandini to lead this Q&A.
Arun, we are not able to hear you, Arunji. Okay, let's take Ruben. Yeah, Ruben. I've asked you to unmute yourself, Ruben, if you can do that. Till Arunji get back to us. It's not allowing. I'll do it again.
Okay, I think it worked this time. Hi, how are you guys doing? Thank you so much for having me. Can you hear me?
Yes. Okay.
Awesome. So one of the things that came to mind right now, when you guys were talking about crystals and all of this radiation that's all around us, that's something that's really concerning for me. Like the Wi-Fi, the cellular data, I put my cell phone on airplane mode at night, and I try to do as many things as I can. And you were mentioning something about we have tools, right? And I'm assuming that what you're referring to is the spiritual tools that we have, like meditation, crystals, pranayama, yoga, and so on. Is there something specific that you were referring to, or was it just a general reference to all of these various spiritual tools that we use? You're muted.
Yeah, there are specific tools for the especially the EMF, which work greatly to balance the distortions. Especially the crystal shungite is great for EMF. Putting
What is that called?
Shungite.
Shungite.
It's from Russia. A great rock that balances EMF, phones, and yeah, great thing that you're putting your phone on the airplane mode. Again, when you take your phone, put it here to talk, you're frying your brain, literally. It's like taking your brain and putting it in a microwave. And by the way, if you can, don't microwave your food. When you microwave the food, you're actually eating dead food, which has no prana. All the prana is gone. And the worst part, which I am guilty also of doing, is heating milk in the plastic bottle and putting it in the microwave to feed children. The worst thing to ever do, because plastic has chemicals, and when you put in that, all the dead chemicals are going into the milk and you're putting that into your child. So I have a big tape on my microwave. Do not use. So anybody, even if I go out to anybody's house, I tell them, no microwave, please. Don't microwave my food. I will eat cold food, but don't microwave. So all of these are distortions. So shungite is great. And there are pyramids. Pyramids actually also balance out EMF. Pyramids are great tools to balancing out EMF. So having pyramids in your bedroom, in your workspaces, near a computer or a TV is great. And there are many other crystals, not just shungite. So again, as I said, we do these courses, even free courses on crystals. So we will be announcing all of that. So definitely we can share more resources there. Thank you, Ruben. Yes, Arunji, can you talk right now?
We
Okay.
can't get it till then we can take Ruben. Oh, Zubia, sorry.
Hey, one of the, I am really interested in energy, as I think I mentioned it in the beginning of the class. I feel a lot of vibrations and a lot of times very sensitive to energy and people. And I think when the first time I meditated with you, when you had come to the Canada class, I felt a lot of energy in my hands when I meditated with you. So maybe you have some healing hands, or I think you mentioned that yesterday, but that's what I felt when I worked with you. And there was another lady who was, when I meditated with her, I felt like exercising and jumping. And it turned out that she was a yoga teacher. So I don't know how, but somehow I'm able to feel energy and sort of associated things with it. So if that energy course that you were talking about sort of helps you learn more, I'd like to sort of grow in that direction where I can sort of benefit from this understanding that I have, or what sensitivity I have.
Absolutely. Yes, you are energy worker, and that is very clear that you are sensing energies. You're very sensitive to different kinds of energies, and when you understand how to work with them, how to channel that information, you can serve a lot of people out there. And that can be your calling. That might be what you have chosen for yourself as well. So I'm glad you're already meditating, because we need more meditators to do this work, to serve their higher calling, to serve their purpose. I don't know if we'll do a group session, but I always do one-on-one as well to train in these courses. So if that is something interesting, definitely reach out. And we can see what is your purpose, how we can get it out, and what needs to be done. If you have enough interest in energy work, we can definitely create a course. But it takes a lot of effort to bring out an energy work course. It's not an easy thing. And I actually would want to do an in-person course in US, where we can, because it's more fun to do that way. But always, there's a lot of information out there that we can share, and you can practice. It's all about practice too. It's not just about putting money and then learning and forgetting about it. It is about practicing it in our everyday life. So you probably are already doing it unconsciously. You just don't know how to channel the information, but which is great. So we can talk about it, Zubia. Thank you. So thank you, guys. again, for your presence. This is about energy tools. Tomorrow, as I mentioned, we have it's new moon. We will be meditating together. So bring a journal, get some water, put a candle next to you if you can, so that make it sacred. Let's dive in deep into creating and identifying what our purpose is and aligning our energies to that intention. So thank you so much, guys.